this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you for joining me this fine day. I'm taking part today in the Stamp Around UK video hop. We're a group of UK Stampin' Up demos who come to you once a month on the first day of the month to show you the projects we've been working on. We have a theme every month, and the theme for this month is annual catalogue. We have a new annual catalogue that you will be able to view tomorrow. Here's the cover. The cover is the only thing I can show. You can't show inside at the minute, but you don't have long to wait. It'll actually be online in the UK probably about 11 o'clock tonight. That's Monday, the 1st of May, but officially it goes live on the 2nd. So from then on, I've sent out most of my copies that I had. I've got a couple of copies left, so if you do want a copy, just let me know. And I've only got 2 left, so it'll be first come first served. If you want a copy, I can pop one into post to you. Anyway, today I'm using a new bundle from the catalogue. It's called Cheerful Daisies. There's a stamp set and there's a matching die set. Stampin' Up have now, thank goodness, decided to call the stamp set and the matching dies the same thing, so I don't have to remember what the dies are called, which I was always hopeless at. So the dies are called Cheerful Daisy dies as well. And of course I had to have the daisy set, being Paper Daisy. I have to have that set. And this is the card we're going to make. I've used here Berry Burst, which is one of our new core colours. It's a returning in colour. It was an in colour about, I don't know, 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. And I loved it. It's very close to Reach Raspberry, which I love. And I've just shown how the things coordinate really, really well. I've got the ink and the DSP here, and you can just see how they coordinate so well. So it's sort of like a monotone card. I'm going to use another new colour today. I'm going to use Azure Afternoon. So we're going to have blue daisies. So let's get started. I'm starting with a piece of thick Whisper White. Oh, I still want to say Whisper White. Basic white, of course. I can't find my trimmer at the minute. There it is, hiding. And I've got a piece of half of A4, so this measures about 15, and I'm going to score it at 10, so 15 centimetres, sorry, and I'm going to score it at 10.5. Sorry, I tend to make cards in centimetres. I think it's 6 inches by 4, and you score at 4 1/8, I think, if you want it in inches. There we go. There's our card base. And then we're going to put a piece of DSP. This is the family stack. I've only bought one so far. I bought the Brights. This pattern with the stripes on, the little dotty stripes, is the only pattern I really like. I'll just give you a glimpse of these. Now also we've got, let's do it in Azure Afternoon as if that's the one we're using. So we've got that one, that one, that one, and that one. This is my favourite. I might use the dots, I suppose, at some time. I didn't love them as much as I've loved other ones, so I didn't buy all the colours. I might buy the subtles because I think I would get a lot of use out of the subtles as well. But Brights are my go-to set, so I decided to buy it in Brights. Right, I'm going to trim this down to 3 inches. So I'm going to cut it in half, basically, so you could make 2 cards out of one of these sheets. So bizarrely, I'm doing this in inches, but it's only because this is 6 inches. So it'll be 7.5 centimetres if you wanted to do it in inches. It's a really lovely blue Azure Afternoon. I'm really liking it. It's a little bit turquoisey, not too much so, but it's a nice blue that fits in with our colour palette quite well, I think. We've got Blueberry Bushel, which is more of a royal blue as well. Right, little bit of Tombow glue on the back here. You can use any glue of your choice. You could use tear and tape. You could use a stamp and seal. Doesn't really matter. And then just smooth that out because I don't want any huge blobs of glue. And it also helps it to lay flat if you've got a really thin layer of glue. Won't give you as much wiggle time, so you do have to be quite careful. It will give you a little bit, but because it's a thinner layer of glue, it will dry a little bit quicker. So you just want to centre that. I'm doing it by eye. If you want to be really particular and get it really straight, then measure and mark, put a pencil mark on. It overlaps the card base a little bit. So what I'm going to do is take some big scissors. I find it easier to do this with big scissors. These for the UK listeners, watchers, followers, these are £1, or they were £1 from Hobbycraft. They've probably gone up now because I bought them a while ago. I've got 3 pairs. I use them all the time. I use 1 pair in the kitchen, and I've got 2 pairs for crafting, and they're ace, and they've stayed really sharp all the while. I've never had to sharpen them. So for £1, they're a real bargain. Right, now because I want this really flat, I'm just going to put it under something heavy behind me while we do the other bits of the card. So you can see that what I've done is I have stamped this flower and this flower in Azure Afternoon. Now I've done them separately. What you could do is stamp a darker outline and infill it with this one in a lighter colour. Haven't tried that yet, but that's next on my list to do. So yeah, and then I've die cut them, and I've die cut some other bits from the die set as well to add to them. So let's get all that done. So I've got a piece of thin Whisper White, the normal Whisper White. Don't need to worry about it being thick, because it's just going to be mounted. The thick is really, you really need for the card bases, so it's nice and sturdy. So this is a nice juicy stamp pad. Haven't used it before. Oh, lovely. Nice clear image. And the outline one. Very nice. And then while I'm here, I'm just going to take this centre stamp, this one here, and add that to the centre of my daisies. So you could do this in another colour if you wanted. I'm going for the monochrome look, so I'm going to keep them all the same colour, but I will in future be experimenting with different colourways and different colour centres and things like that. Right, so that's that. Oh, while we're here, I'm just going to stamp the birthday message as well. I've got it mounted on a H block at the moment. Wishing you the brightest birthday. And I'm going to do that here. And then I can die cut that at the same time. So I'm just going to get rid of my grid paper while we do some die cutting. Bring my die machine up, my cut and emboss. And the dies that I need, that I'm using from the set, are this one here. Now this, can you see there? It's got an inlay. Now I've cut those, and you can see that that lays on top there with a bit of texture. Really nice. I'm really liking that. I've done it in white because I think a nice yellow centre, that would really like. Beautiful daisy. Haven't experimented with the other ones yet, but I just thought I'd show you that. So there's lots of different ways to use this set, which I really like. But for now, we just need this one, and we're going to put that on there. We'll do that in a sec. And then I'm also going to use this feathery ferny one, and I'm going to use a little bit of this, just the leaves I want there, and then I'm going to use the label. And I think that's all I need out of the dies. So get that out of the way. Let's make a start. So we're going to put this on here. I'm going to use washi tape to secure it once I've got it in the right place, which seems easy, but just took me a little bit of time before. There we go. There it is. It is relatively easy to line up because the daisy is not symmetrical. So it's relatively easy. So pop that on there. Then I need the label. Take your time lining up the label. I don't think it was quite far enough down before, so I'm going to do it a little bit further down on this one. Can't do that one because I need the same die, but I can cut one of these. Just try and use the cardstock to the best economical use. And then what I can do is, won't matter if this one hangs over the edge, because I only want the leaves, and I can put that whole thing through. And cut like so. And then take these off. They cut beautifully, actually. They do come out really easily. So that's really great. So I'm not going to need that one anymore. Washi tape's a bit sticky, so it's tearing the card a little bit. It doesn't matter on that bit. So where's my try and put them back on the magnetic sheet or whatever as you're working. Or I've got a magnetic dish that I can put and they cling, and that saved me losing a lot of dies in the past. Just got it from Amazon. It's quite cheap, but it does save me losing little dies when I'm working. Right, I've got those little leaves. Just going to get rid of these little pieces on my plate. And then we're going to go through again with the die, like so. Line all the edges up, and again a little bit of washi tape to hold that in place. And we might get one more set of leaves out of this piece of cardstock, like that. And then I just need one more ferny one. I don't know what I've done with the ferny one at the minute, she says. Where did I put the ferny one? There we go. So I've got that one. That one can go back in the stamp case. I think that cardstock, I've got everything out of it that I possibly can. So that's going in the recycling. Leaves. Now, where did I put my feathery bits? Not on the floor. It's not under there. I do this all the time when I'm working, lose bits. Okay, we'll carry on without it and hopefully it will turn up. Don't need that one, put that one back in the box. Just had it, honestly, where? And now I just need to cut another one of these little ferny shapes, which I mislaid but have just found. So let's just poke that out. And bring back my die cutter and quickly scooch that through on a spare piece of card. Again, in basic, normal basic white, don't need anything. Oh, there's my, I'd be looking for that. How not to craft. Today's lesson, lose things. Right, okay, so now I think we've got everything we need, and it's just a case of putting it all together. So let's just pop this out. So we've got 2 ferny bits, 2 sets of leaf couplets, a message and 2 daisies. So what we're going to do, we're going to do the same sort of arrangement as we did on here. So first of all, I'm going to cut, actually I need my snips, I need smaller scissors now. I'm going to cut this into 2 pieces, spread them out a little bit. And I'm going to take this daisy, like this, and I'm going to stick one piece. Where'd the other piece go there? I'm going to put a little bit of glue and stick that bit behind there. So a little bit of Tombow. Stick that piece behind there. And then the other piece is going behind there. So I've just split them up a little bit. Didn't have to do that. You could use it whole if you wanted to. I just quite like this arrangement. Just opening them up a bit, and then on the other side I'm going to take one of my leaf couplets and put that there. I just need to take the middle out of that one. Like I said, there's a lot of possibilities with this set, lots of different arrangements of daisies you could make. So I'm looking forward to having a play and discovering them all, which will be quite fun. So just put that behind there, and then the whole thing can be glued down like so. Oh, that one's come off, but that's fine. Actually, I want that one a bit further round, so I'm just going to move it. There we go. And then this is going to lay flat on the card, this one, so I'm not going to glue the leaves and the ferns any more than they're already glued down, because they'll then pop up a little bit and give a little bit of dimension into your card. so. And let's just pop that down. So like so. And then the other one is going to be popped up onto dimensionals. So just a few little dimensionals on here. I'm not doing them too near the edges of the petals because I want to be able to poke these things behind, and otherwise the dimensionals will get in the way. So just put them fairly near the centre, will be enough to hold them on. And then that one can go a bit further over and like that. And while I've got the dimensionals out, I'm just going to do my sentiment. 1, 2, 3, like so. And then we just need to put a little bit of foliage around the second flower. So my leaves are going to go up here, so they're going to poke under there, and they're a bit big for the space. I'm just going to take that off, and that's going to go in like that. So I'm going to put a bit of glue on the back here. So these are gluing flat on the card, but the daisy is raised up. So that goes in there like so. And then lastly, I'm not going to cut this bit apart, I'm just going to pop that in there. I love this little ferny bit, it's one of my favourite bits. I think this is going to get a lot of use. I can imagine using it in Christmas foliage, Christmas cards as well. I think it's quite a nice infill for floral cards. I'll be using it a lot, I think. There we go. And then on this one, I just added 3 rhinestones, which I coloured. I actually coloured it with rich raspberry, but it looks okay. I'm just trying to think what colour we would do this. Navy balmy blue, maybe. Let's try balmy blue. Too dark. It's going to tone rather than match exactly. So looks quite light actually. That's the dark balmy blue. I might try it with a light night of navy. Let's see what happens then. Oh, that's a bit more coloured. Yeah, and I think that'll be fine. So you don't have to have all the coloured blends to make it work. So just one in the middle, one at the side. So 3 little gems on the sentiment panel, which coordinate quite now. You can buy jewels in these colour. Oh, now can you buy them in the? I don't know if you can buy them in the brights. No, maybe just in the in colours. But it works fine using blends to do that. So there are my 2 cards with the Cheerful Daisy stamp set and die set. So hope you've enjoyed my video today, and I'll be back with you with another tutorial very soon. Meanwhile, do click on all the links below so that you can see what everybody's been up to. Maybe make yourself a cup of tea and have a nice couple of hours sitting and watching everybody's videos. That's what I do, and it's a nice way to spend the time. Thanks very much for watching today. Hope you like my cards, and I'll be back with you very soon. Bye for now.